Hi guys, I'm Tryke Gutierrez, the co-founder of Tier 1 Entertainment and co-owner of Blacklist International.
Hi, I'm Alodia, Gosiengfiao, co-founder of Tier 1 Entertainment and co-owner of Blacklist International.
Yeah, I think there are just so many stories about how we started already in the internet. But I think to cut the long story short, the initial plan was just to open as much doors as possible for gamers like us. And when we started out, we initially opened up doors for streamers, shoutcasters like us, but like me. But years after, we were able to open up new doors through Blacklist International. I think that's really how it started.
For me, to be honest, actually, even before Tier 1 Entertainment, I was actually also helping fellow gamers, fellow cosplayers, because there's I get project offers which I can't do, so I pass them on to other talents as well. So now we just professionalized everything, and at least we get to operate more efficiently, simultaneously. And eventually, we started with streamers, and now we have an esports team, Blacklist International, which also caters to a different type of skill set for fellow gamers. Yeah.
I think in terms of managing esports players, the most difficult part is you're technically dealing with kids, right? I mean, as much as we are trying to professionalize the industry, the reality of the situation is they're like 16, 17-year-old kids. And sometimes the pitfall for some management is that when you get to manage kids like them, there is a tendency where the management becomes the kids instead of the other way around, right? So I think being able to, assert your maturity and your professionalism towards these kids and players, I think is very important. Teaching them the values of the company and really passing on what we believe in as founders is something that we have really tried our best to do in Blacklist International.
Yeah, I guess in addition to that, it's just keeping them level-headed, because in this industry, you only stop when you stop learning. So I guess it's always again, adjusting to the code, adjusting to the algorithm and whatnot, because there will always be new plays, new metas and whatnot. So having an open mind and having that mindset will keep you going and make you a better gamer.
Something that I want to add also is if you're in esports, you need to deal with losses a lot. And in the platform that we created, it's very challenging for all of our players to go through the social media scrutiny, as I can probably call it, where, whenever we lose a game and then you really get this tidal wave of negative comments. But I think we're just very thankful that the agents have really protected our players from all that. And that's why, even we're losing now, even at times when we're losing, there are a lot of positivity still, right? I think that's what's good about our fan base. It's just being in a position to be able to guide fellow gamers like us, because we've been trying to mold the industry of esports at least for me, ever since I started my career here. But the position of being an owner is just different from anything else. If you are a shoutcaster, you have a certain influence that you can, do if you're a streamer or an influencer. But being able to own a team really gives you the position of, it really gives you the chance to, in a way, pass on the values that you have as a person and the vision that you believe in. And then that transcends to all the players, all the teams, and the fans eventually.
I guess to be honest, it feels surreal to be an owner. I mean, it was just once a dream, but now that we're here, I can see that it's more of a responsibility being an owner, because you're also responsible for taking care of the community, the mindset, and like how the players or your fans treat other communities as well. I mean, if they treat others negatively, it's your job to probably change that mindset for the better of the whole industry. There's actually one special moment that kind of stuck with me, which would be like the M3 championship, because I was there throughout their tournament in Singapore, and I was there taking videos. I was there really to just document their whole journey. And when they won, I was like taking a video of them on stage. I was super proud, like a proud mom and whatnot. I was focused on the center of the stage. Then little did I know, they were like running towards me, which was so surreal. That I did not expect. It was totally a surprise, not scripted. And they tried to put like their medals on me, which again I did not expect. So that was super sweet. As in, like I had tears of joy inside. It's like I was happy because all of us, like, we treated each other with respect, like a family.
I think that was the same story that I had, but given that she said it already, I think I can say another story. And the reason why I like that moment, I just want to explain why I really like that moment is because, like, running an esports team doesn't just involve the players. It involves the back end, the management, and everything around the players, right? And I think that moment really showed how much the players actually valued what happens on the back end, what happens behind the scenes. And I think that's the reason why that moment was really valuable for me, because it symbolizes a lot of things. For me personally, I really enjoyed our back-to-back championship celebration because, you know, we went through 2 years of the pandemic, and I think that was one of the most fun moment that I've had for the past 2 years, because it was really celebrating something that you collectively work together. And the moment that we were, when everybody was here and everybody was really celebrating, it really felt like a family, and it really felt like a collective win. So that's something that I will always cherish for the rest of my life.
I think one thing I noticed is that not any one of them has an ego. It's like, I mean, their communication is really good. They talk to each other, they listen to each other for their improvement as a group. Because if you don't listen to each other, I mean, it's like you're your own island, which is typically hard because this is like a team game. If one fails, everyone fails. So I guess they're really competitive. They're really competitive and they want to win. And I guess, again, communication.
Yeah, I think what you said is really true. Like, for me personally, we're running a 100+ staff company, and I think being able to communicate with each other is very important. But what I also want to point out is that we have always established a culture of listening. I think that's really one where any player, any coach, any person inside the room has really a voice about the strategy, about everything that happens in the game and outside the game. And I think that's very, very important because, this is still a team game, and being able to really listen to the valuable inputs of each and every player inside the room, I think will really create a better strategy or like a better product once they really start competing in the games. I think as one of the leaders of the company, one of the ways how I establish a winning culture is whenever we win, I try to make it a point to celebrate those wins. And whenever we lose, I always tell them and remind them that we can't have toxic positivity in the room where losing is just okay, because what we believe in is be truly our company line is be truly top tier, so we can't settle. I mean, like what we always say, right? In tier 1 we never settle.
For me, I think it's just probably being aware of everything that's happening around you, because some people get like tunnel vision, and if they do that, they're not aware of what's happening. They actually might be lagging, they might be ahead, and if it's just like probably being aligned with everyone, because again, establishing a winning culture is, I guess, informing, not being afraid to inform your teammates of what you know, because everyone has a different angle. So you can't expect someone to know everything. So like sharing of information and whatnot, and like tackling issues or like problem solving as a team. So yeah. What makes a champion is probably being authentic to their craft. I mean, I guess you can't fake authenticity.
I think it's really breaking codes. At the end of the day, you'll go through a lot of challenges in life, and you really need to find a way to adapt and change and always like think of ways to improve yourself. And if you are there continuously trying to break codes, then I think you are a champion. Thank you very much for watching this whole video, and for us, we are really thankful of all of our Blacklist agents, and hopefully you continuously support Blacklist International, win or lose, whether it's the CODM team or the MLBB team, the Free Fire team, and eventually the new teams that we will have in other countries. Yeah, hopefully you support all of them.
Thank you guys for the support, and we hope to hear more of your thoughts in future posts, I guess. So, see you.